never told. She was told that she was thick, she was fat. Yo, shorty, you all that. Was even told how good she looked from the back. But she was never told. She was told how fine she was and men admire her for her shape. The closest thing to flattering was, yo, Mondo fries, come with that shake. She was taught to be fondled and catcalled was good. A diamond in the rough is what she was called in the hood. She was called Miss It, Miss Thang, Miss Coca-Cola bottle frame, honey, baby, sweetie, boo, everything but her parent to give her name. And for her, any attention was good attention and was assumed as affection. She was never taught to have standards for her process of selection. And she learned young that a man will often take what he wants. And she learned that the remarks were compliments in form of sexual taunts. She was taught, you only live once, girl, just go on and get laid. She was never told that she was fearfully and wonderfully made. They never told her that she could go beyond being just a hood beauty, that she could be called Madam President instead of Miss New Booty. So why no one ever told her to prepare herself for Mr. Right instead of Mr. Right Now, to keep herself holy and pure until her marital vow. But she was never told that her true worth didn't lie in her sexual skills. The men in her life were meant to compliment, not complete her, not some sex for the bills. She was worth so much more than trying to get some in the front seat of the Hummer. So much more than the love for the summer. Worth more than making to sing falsetto. But she was only taught to cling and never learned to let go. She became dependent upon worthless men. Never knew how she changed it. She grabbed the independency and grabbed an I and an N. Her motto became, don't hate the player, hate the game. She was never taught self-worth, so she was limited in her shame. Cause you see, she was never told she has the power and the right to say no. A true beauty that never got to fully blossom and grow. And by the time I got to know her, she was bitter and jaded. Admirers had long gone because the cuteness had faded. Acting so old and bitter at such a young age. Men are all demons, she say with a venomous rage. And it hurt me to see her in such a state. Unhappy with her stretch marks, baby fat and waiting. And she ran herself down using the same words her lusters use, defeating the parts of her others hadn't abused. Me being who I am, I approached her and spoke. Do you know you're beautiful? Cause God said so. And saw a glimmer of hope. She said no, cause no one ever told her. Exodus 3 and 14. God said to Moses, I am who I am. That is what you say to the children of Israel. I am has sent me to you. John 18:6. As Yeshua said, I am he. They all drew back and fell to the ground. There is power in the proclamation of your identity. Your gift, your talent is a part of that. No one can take that from you. So don't sit idle, losing who you are because someone else refuses to recognize it. When they try to label you to be less than, look them dead in the eye and say that I am.
I am poetry. And this is more than just a hobby. Verbally, I lobby for the rights with the same fist that salutes the fight. My right hand write what's right, like freedom is not free speech that man outlined on Capitol Hill when God was the first to give us free will, but still, we believed in the same institutional compositions that took prayer out the school systems, that made worship in the workplace a form and insubordination. All I'm saying is that I'm one of God's gifts, but words like this is why the world labeled me a mischief like Moses. I got a purpose. The stage is sacred like a pulpit. I take my soapbox like a fetish, become psychotic to transform your ignorance. My performance is not an act, but a testimony of my acts. In fact, it still remains that the revolution will not be televised. The truth will not be on YouTube, and I'm not some radical fool looking for attention. My poetry is what makes me a legend. Like I mentioned, there's no death when I have the resurrection. My words are verbal blessings, much more than just a movement. For me, it's much more like a mission. Scribe divine messages that's hidden in your conscience that allow you to make conscious decisions. So this is a lesson for your salvation. So if you can't understand my English, me can say it with an accent, like I said. I add tags to hashtags, and I wasn't asked to be a poet, but God tagged the ashes on my forehead of a prophet, an activist and artist with many talents. I'm from a spiritual lineage balanced by the Alpha and Omega, better defined as a destined creation from the Creator. So I will forever be hung on a cross as my lips speak directions from my boss. I carry on a gospel to the lost, to the cripple, waiting for miracles. Spirit welcomes you because this entrance is beautiful.
I am born of the labor pains of struggle. I'm that barking yard dog you can't quill with the muzzle. For I cry for those who can't cry and shed tears of hope. I yearn to be a voice of reason when you reach the end of your rope. I am one who speaks life with his tongues. I'll seek to encourage the masses with the last breath drawn from my lungs. I inhale doubt and exhale prosperity. Hold firm my ground, speak with boldness and clarity. I am the authenticity stolen from pride. Out to fulfill the destiny shown when I was spared the choice of suicide. I am the tears birthed from hard times given life. The glitch in the matrix you thought you saw twice. But I am a one-time, one-of-a-kind life anomaly. There is no other me, or this God gave me the monopoly. I am who I am, my gifts from the inner essence. I am my poetry, and I speak hope into your presence.
I have to warn you, it is addictive. It will seduce your palate rather quickly. Feel me? Sabor. That's what I bring to the table. A blend of international flavors to wake up your senses. En inglés y en español. Es melao. A complete body experience. No translation needed. Cause even if you don't understand me, I guarantee you will feel it. Es ritmo, dancing through my veins, my pores crying out sweat, begging to stay connected, elated, infected, and it's not even a disease. It's called corazón abierto, the ability to transmit sentimiento, all within my speech. Es un don, a real gift from Papa Dios, a heartbeat trap set free by the echo of a drum. In a conga song, you caress the rim and you strike again. Better yet, you thump and feel the screams from your palms turn into a beat. You thump your feet and